Today's Midday Kentucky cooking segment brought to you by Creative Kitchen and Bath, where you will always cook in style.
Welcome back to Midday Kentucky. Chef Allison Davis here at the gorgeous Creative Kitchen and Bath, and we are talking all things summer with this recipe in particular, and probably my favorite summer dish because we're throwing a little bit of a coastal spin into it with some fresh crab meat. But what we're going to be making today is a tomato, kind of almost like a crab corn salad on a bed of sliced tomatoes, and we're going to do a lemon basil vinaigrette over top of that. So again, all things summer. We're using some fresh basil leaves right out of the garden. You've got your fresh tomatoes that are going to be coming into season. And we're actually using two different varieties. We've got our vine ripened, and then we're going with our cherry tomatoes over top. So you can pick those up at the local farmer's market now. You can also probably find your fresh herbs anywhere, including the grocery store, and then even just growing them in your little flower pots on your back porch. Right now is the perfect time to do that. We also are using some fresh corn. I've got some corn on the cob, and we are going to just go ahead and slice that right off the cob. And I typically will just kind of just keep rotating it, take my knife and just run it straight down up against the cob, and then it will just fall apart once we mix it in with our salad. I'm going to go with two here. My favorite corn is the white sweet corn. If you can find it, that's definitely my go-to. I just like that really sweet flavor, especially with a salad like this, just to balance a little bit. All right, so the first thing we're going to do to get this salad going is we're going to make our vinaigrette, and I have a couple of things we're going to add to this. One is we've got some Dijon mustard or spicy mustard going in. And then we have honey, so we kind of have a little balance happening with the hot mustard and the sweet honey. Then we're going to add our lemon. We're not just going to do lemon juice, we're also going to do the lemon zest. I've talked about this in many of our recipes, but I think you really get that fresh citrus flavor from the zest over the juice by itself. You want to have both. Don't add the sticker though. All right, so we're going to zest one lemon, and then we're going to slice this and we're going to juice this. And I have a little handheld juicer that we have at Wild Time, and I want to say this is probably our #1 seller as far as our kitchen gadgets go, just this fresh juice. It catches the seeds and the pulp, and then the juice runs through. So you just hold it up and just juice away. So again, this is going to be a lemon basil dressing. So we've got our sweet heat from the honey and the mustard, our citrus from the lemon. I'm going to add a touch of garlic to this, and then we're going to chop up some fresh basil leaves. Once the vinaigrette's together, this is going to come together pretty quickly. So a little bit of garlic goes a long way with this one. All right, now we're going to just kind of whisk this up together, right? We're going to stretch this with just a touch of fresh olive oil. I always go with EVOO. Rachel Ray, that's her lingo in all of her recipes. I always like the Barefoot Contessa too. Ina Garten, which is one of my favorite Food Network stars. In all of her recipes, she always says just to find a good olive oil. So, okay, we've got our vinaigrette, and then the last thing we're going to do is we're going to take some of these fresh basil leaves, and we're going to do what's called a chiffonade. Move my corn out of the way here. And the chiffonade is really simple. You're just going to stack your leaves, kind of roll them up, and then you're just going to make thin slices. And a chiffonade, just the culinary term, means ribbon-like cuts. We're going to throw that in, that fresh basil, and then now we're just going to start to build the salad. So we're going to throw in our corn. I'm going to take our whisk out, and we'll grab a spoon now that it's starting to get chunky on us. So we'll throw in our corn. I've got some diced red onion. And then we're going to add some of our cherry tomatoes into this. And then we're going to add our crab. Can you see how colorful that's coming together? All right, our crab meat. You can pretty much choose from a wide range of prices when it comes to crab meat. There are some that are sometimes $16, $17, $20 a pound. For a salad like this, I tend to go with the claw meat. It's a little bit more affordable, and it works great because it's just going to blend up in with all these other flavors. So the claw meat in here, we'll season this with salt and pepper, and then we're really just going to start to assemble this salad. I've got the beefsteak tomatoes here, and we're just going to keep going with this and layer it up. And then we're going to show you guys the finished product here in just a minute. But to get this recipe, you can go to WTVQ.com/recipes, or you can find me at wildtimecooking.com. You can also follow Midday Kentucky and myself at Instagram at Chef Allison Davis. And we'll be right back after this short break.
Today's cooking segment was brought to you by Creative Kitchen and Bath, where you will always cook in style.